Hello, everybody. Welcome to a productivity stream. Surprise! It's not a break stream. So, yes, if you do not know, I am Lauren Nettles. I've written horror. Surprise! There's 101 short stories, flashes, and drabbles. Half of them are drabbles, so 100 words even in here. And I have erotic romances in the works. Currently working on a dark academia. I guess I could show you the mood board while I have a captive audience. Let's see. Let me share my screen real quick. Here is my mood board for a study in demonology. It is a throuple, MMF, in a religious college in Whitby, England, over where the ruins of Whitby Abbey are, which inspired Bram Stoker for Dracula's castle. But alas, this takes place before Dracula was written. So we've got Giuseppina here with the blonde lady, and then we have Ezekiel with the dark hair, and Tristan, that actually has white hair, but it's hard to find pictures like that. Yeah, so that's my mood board. And today I was inspired to make a specific mood board for my phone. So here's the one I made for my phone. Yeah. Good times. Good times. I love making mood boards. I have a problem. Yes, that is me. And I'm going to say hello to people in the comments. We have a JC Carpenter. Hello, hello. Rachel D. Adam. Hello. Heather. Hello. Is it morning for you over in Australia? Let's see. Thank you. We had family portraits done over the Christmas break because our family was all together. And we had individuals done as well as group photos. So that's one of them. Hi, we'll be in and out as I get the kiddo down for bed. I will miss you, Gwenna. Glad to have you when I can. She is a gorgeous human being. Heather says, hot, busy, and tired. Gotta love summer holidays and Christmas, right? Settling down now. The school year has started. Ooh. See, hello, Christian. Hello, Sam. Let's see. Heather says, oh no, I was ready with my next batch for the Hear Me Out cake. Ah, I see. Last night we did a Hear Me Out cake with possible romantic partners that are problematic, but you'd take them anyway. It's in fiction. Yeah. I was going to say something and it ran away. Oh yeah, I just made a cake. It just came out of the oven, so it's cooling down, and then I will put frosting. I bought buttercream frosting to put on it, and then I shall eat it. Yes, it is a red velvet. You are my captives. You're willing prisoners. So good. Nia, hello. Midday Friday. There you go. See, you're halfway through Friday already. Red velvet with buttercream frosting. So, what are you all up to this evening? I'll keep the same question I asked last time. What did you plan to work on this marathon, and what have you actually worked on? So, let's see. Not cream cheese. No, buttercream. Let's see. Well, I'll change that real quick. Work on this stream. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I hear you can send pasties and baked goods in the mail. Pastries, I'm assuming. The frosting would probably get smeared all over the inside of the box. if I sent it. Pastry. I gotcha. Yeah. Let me. What do, not did. What do you plan to work on this stream? There we go. My fingers are not stupid. They've been well utilized. So today, I haven't really written much besides a little bullet point outline for the chapter 5 of A Study in Demonology, and watched a little bit of YouTube for research on the Liturgy of the Hours, because my characters are going to, like, two of the characters are going to be at it in the morning in this chapter. And I'd never been to one, so I'm going to figure out how they go. And I am also listening to the audiobook of The Entanglement of Rival Wizards. It'd been a little while, so I went back 2 chapters, and I'm almost caught up to where I was. So, yeah, I will be finishing researching Liturgy of the Hours and then drafting that scene in the chapter. So JCC says, I actually need to work on writing my acknowledgments and my dedication for my book. Awesome. So it says, getting Sapphic Horror to editor, Ghost Romance to proofreader, and drafting Primrose Princess, Sapphic Mythology, coming out October 2026 for a week, and completed all thus far. Woo! See, crochet something as my brain hurts a bit. Sounds good. Research. It is research. I've never been to one of these prayer meeting. I don't know. Yeah. So, anyways, that is the question. Let me share my timer. To the window. To the wall. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Let's see. Crochet something as my brain hurts a bit. Yes. and hang washing up. Yes, I put away all my laundry, except for the fitted sheet. Yes, I did. You're very welcome. I was looking for the tab, okay? The tab to share. Let's see. We shall start the timer in 1 minute. What are you working on? So we've got the dedication, and we've got crochet, and laundry. Let's see. I will finish watching this video, which is another 13 minutes, and then probably frost the cake and take a slice. Okay. Well, let us start our sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Back from the sprint. Oh, so they sing a hymn during the Liturgy of the Hours, and I'm having a heck of a time finding a hymn that they sing in early January for the end of the Christmas season, because this takes place on January 2nd. That was written before this takes place, because this is 1860. Dang it! I do have one, but it's considered a children's hymn. But, if it's the only one I can find that was around before then, I might as well just use it. Let's see. I did not frost the cake yet. Sam's answer for one was sleep. See, I can no longer type. Good night, Sam. Hello, Sky. Who is at work? A little late today, but meh. What are they going to do about it? So goal is work stuff. Joanne says, I plan to finish chapter 24, part of Sugar and Spice. The goal has not been met yet. Good luck. Hello, just chilling and not writing. Hello, Jessica. Welcome, welcome. Okay. All right, question 2. Any tips? For. Okay. Any tips for researching for your writing projects? Let's see. The coffee verse, I think it's Beth. I might be crazy. I'm reading through the 12-week year book to get a better understanding of it. Awesome, awesome. I have the 12-week year for writers book. I've not read the original, but I hear they're pretty similar. Let's see. Jessica says, I'm finishing the outline for A New God for the weekend, so I might stream Sunday night. Awesome! Jessie wrote a dedication. Now I just need to do acknowledgements. Awesome. Rachel's still trying to work on scheduling, but getting my writing next. It is, Beth. Ha 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 ha. I'm not insane in this aspect. See, hugs all. Hello, Dawn. Welcome. Welcome on in. Let's see. Heather says, was hung up. Fight with yarn and hook to start a round blanket. It not working. Thinking I might just make a few handheld things as author merch, as I have a marketing event next week. Nice. Gotta love handmade merch. We are a little bit insane. It is true, but different aspects. Yes. Sleep well, Sam, and hello, Dawn. I accept the hugs. The garage door keeps slamming. Let's see. I got both of the 12-week yearbooks from the library. We're going to start with the original and then go through the writer version to adapt it. Sky, Steve Haggis, just did a video reviewing both of them. So when you're done, you can totally go watch it and see her thoughts and compare your thoughts. Ooh, what should you make for writer merch? There's always crocheted bookmarks. Or is it knitting? Well, you know what I mean. You can always make bookmarks. Fabric one. Or knitted crocheted ones. depends. Some people will make little stuffed animals. So you could make one of a creature that is in your book, whether it's a dragon or a cat or whatever. Let's see. I don't even lie, I'm a lot insane. I'm on meds for my insanity. Let's see. Yes, that is the plan. I wanted to compare both and then compare Sky's take on things. Yay! There we go. Picking toy. Not a fan of making bookmarks. Very fair. Let's see. Ooh, answer 2. Scholar.google.com is what I've used in the past for real-life specific research. I.e. explaining how cloning is possible and when they actually succeeded in doing it with the sheep. There you go. When I was researching local geography of California, I actually watched YouTube videos of people doing cave diving into the areas that I was incorporating in my book, so I could actually see what it looked like. So that was really cool. My current story takes place in Whitby, and in my class, one of the classmates had actually been to Whitby, England. So they had some insight on the location, which was really cool that I incorporated. Google Maps has been helpful. Searching vintage maps has been helpful. Yeah. Let's see. I probably should on them, but that requires visits, and nope. Probably should. Oh, meds. See, I'm allergic to those kinds of professionals. I see. See, I break out in straitjackets and padded rooms. Yeah. Let's see. The only downside is that you have to be specific for it. Otherwise, it will give you all the things. These are all cited sources in academically published articles. Fabulous. Let's see. I think we're doing pretty good on time. Oh, reenactment groups for Army, Weapon, and Warfare. That's pretty cool. Hadn't thought of that one. It was really cool. We went to some of the old forts in Virginia and up in Ontario, Canada, and we got to fire muskets, so that was fun. Let's see. There's a site where you can look up old historical newspapers. Not sure how far back to go, though, but I can give you the link if you want. That'd be fabulous. If you're wrenched, you can probably drop it in the chat. The best place I research is genealogy parts in libraries and historical part of Barnes & Noble. Yes. See, I have a shelf of writing craft books, and I have stuff for reference as well. So, like, I went to a museum that had a new exhibition all about Buddhism and religion in Japan. And so I got a book there that went over the artifacts and how they were used and the artwork and stuff like that. And that was really cool. I also have translations of like the Book of Yokai. Yeah, lots of artsy-fartsy books with translations and explanations, and those can be helpful. I haven't used them as much as I should, but I also got a medicinal book on healing herbs in Samoa for my YA sci-fi I wrote a while ago. So I read that on how they made the remedies, what they were used for, how many of each leaf, how you picked them, that kind of stuff. And that was really cool. Let's see. Go and get it. Let's see. Genealogy Parks and Library gives you access to all the old newspapers as well as census, war rosters, treaties, history books, etc. Excellent. Yeah. They got the microfiche and stuff back there. Let's see. Medical textbooks. Wounds and tissues. Breaking medics of body joints. Yeah, I'm pretty sure medical textbooks would be useful for wounds. I have Blood on the Page, Volume 1, and Name Your Characters by Samantha Keel for reference for physical wounds for characters. Let's see. Sky says, I've asked retired officers about police procedures in the past. I look for nonfiction sources as well, depending on the topic. University and even high school professors and teachers tend to have both knowledge and connections to those who do. Don says I have lots of medical info from my school days. Fancy that. So we know who to hit up with medical questions. Let's see. To Old Folks Home, interview residents, bonus community services. Yeah. So a lot of people get their, not a lot of people, some people get their names for their characters from gravestones. And I'm a little step away from that right now. It's like, should I use residents' names? Probably not, while they're still alive. Not their full names, but like, I like that last name. I like that last name. I like that first name. Let's see, I always recommend talking to experts in the field, and if you can, do a field trip. I can't afford to. And learn the topic in person. Please, somebody send me to Whitby. All expenses paid, including flights. Please. It would be great for my story. Yeah. Let's see. Correction prison info just from working it for years. Still no policy and procedures. Ooh. See, I have some fun last names that I got from headstones after my grandmother's funeral. Cool. See, I have totally used different residents' names for characters. There you go. There you go. See, they are so fun. Tombstone names, residents' names, all the names. You see names on billboards all over the place. Okay. Well, I'm going to take down this question, and we are going to do another sprint. We are going to bump it up to a 25. And I may go eat some cake. Who knows? We shall see. But we are going to start our second sprint. Oh, wait. Here it comes. Millicent, Florence, Clyde, Timothy. There are some names for you. Thank you. I've never used Clyde before. Let's see. Cemeteries are great for mixing and matching names to make characters. There's the link, newspapers.com. There you go. Fancy. All right, we're going to get our second sprint underway in 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, welcome back. I might be listening to some epic Attack on Titan music. Hello, welcome back. Cake was frosted. A slice was consumed. I saw my mother off to bed and gave her lots of hugs. Yeah, talked to my mom for a bit. Came back, got my TBR on my desk next to my bed. Yes, JC, Attack on Titan. I love it so much. Yeah, it's a good show. I have the first 4 volumes of the manga, but I've seen all the episodes, all the AOVs, read quite a few of the fanfics. Good stuff. So the question was, what book's on your current TBR? So let me know how you did, and let me know what you're reading. Scrolling back up, we had a couple more names dropped. We had Brotch, Shanae, is it Shonani? Moise, Stoddard, Quist, Rousson, Argyle, Eggert, Hoyt, and Moss. All real last names I got from Headstones. Nice. Let's see. And Eva is lurking to support friends. Thank you, Eva. Let's see. We have an answer. Of Blood and Ether by Harper Hawthorne, an ebook and audio. Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. Hello, Cool Gamer. Copy says the 5th season, N.K. Jemisin for Discord Book Club, and Everlasting Alex E. Harrow, and Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. Very cool. I've definitely seen on the shelves the 5th season, N.K. Jemisin. It's the Good Earth trilogy, right? That's what it's called. But it sounds amazing. I hear she's an amazing sci-fi writer, sci-fi fantasy. So yeah, I should pick it up. I think the length is intimidating me. Sky says, "What's this thing you call a TBR?" I'm currently reading No Place Left to Hide by Megan Lally, and this month's Craft Symposium book. That's nice. Roy is sneezing all over my bed. Currently reading February TBR on your channel. Nice. Let's see. Jessica says, the same ones that have been on my TBR. See, I ate cinnamon rolls and watch YouTube. Gab Smolders playing a spooky fishing game. Spooky fishing, you say? That immediately made me think of Iron Lung. The final season is... no words. You gotta watch it, JC. I know you don't want it to be over, but that's what rewatches are for. Let's see. From Rach. I need to transfer my TBR to my digital listening. I have designated a new indie book for each month. If I do more, great. But 1 fun book and 1 craft book per month is my hope. Balanced. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Casey says, you said Shanae, and I thought about the TV show Martin. I don't know if it is Shanae, or I don't know how to pronounce the way that she spelled it. But yes. Let's see. Fans First is the February craft book. Ooh. Reread The Witch's Crystal is for the rest of February. Intriguing. Soon we can add Grandma's Little Secret by Becca C. Smith. Mine is supposed to come Tuesday. Fabulous. If you do not know, Becca C. Smith, it is an amazing Authortuber. Has a whole slew of books self-published, including Riser and The Dream Diaries. And is now published through Zara's imprint, Inimitable Books, with her thriller coming out based off of a true crime by her grandmother called Grandma's Little Secret. Okay. Hurt me. I'll watch it with you. We do have to finish solo leveling. It is so good! I love solo leveling so much. Shanoni is how my mother said it when we saw it. Okay. There we go. And JC did read Becca's book. I moved on to Apothecary Diaries, and I'm hooked. I'm the girl who had the entire CSI collection, and this is so like it. I haven't finished the first season of Apothecary Diaries yet. I did like how she enjoys poisoning herself for research. Mr. Purple Hair trying to woo her, and she's having none of it. Let's see. Jessica loved Apothecary Diaries. Nice. So my currently actually in the middle of reading are these 4 books. Hooah! So, starting off with horror manga, 100 Ghost Stories That Will Lead to My Death, Volume 3. I don't want to show it too close because it's a little scary. But yes, this is the title. 100 Ghost Stories That Will Lead to My Own Death. I am halfway through The Entanglement of Rival Wizards by Sarah Raish. As you can see, it is a half-elf, half-human with tattoos and lip piercings, and a human who has an invisible fox familiar. And they are both grad students at a fantasy college trying to get the same research grant. I'm also reading The Crimson Throne, also by Sarah Raish, but co-written by Beth Rivas. And this one is a romantasy, male-female, instead of the other one, which was male-male. And I'm enjoying it. I thought it was male-male when I picked it up. I started reading it, I'm like, wait a second, what is this? But it's good. You would doom 2 worlds for one man? She asked in a low voice. So low, Samson can't hear it. I meet her eyes without hesitation. Yes, I spent my entire life following duty, bolstering the wall, vigilant against the threat of redcaps. But I don't want to choose duty anymore. I want to choose him. So, this is very fun magic. And I am in Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson, which is an erotic romance. Foursome, male, female, male, female. Basically reined in Scotland. So I have 2 books taking place in Scotland. But yes. Exactly, Jessica. Out there, be a woman in my gay book. Let's see. You're reading Mother Mercy, which is the next thriller under Inimitable Books, releasing at the end of March by Chandra Arthur. Yes. Also reading a J.D. Robb book as well, Abandoned in Death. You have Entanglement and Rival Wizards on yours as well, and sitting right next to you. Have you seen the bonus illustration that she had commissioned from the dancing at the nightclub scene? I got through that scene and it's nice! That is your next audiobook. Nice. Savage Bloom. Yes. The audiobook is pretty nice as well. I've been listening and reading. So, good stuff. Yeah. So Savage Bloom is a bit more on the darker side. It's not a dark romance, but it has a whole thing of trigger warnings on one page and the other page. Yeah. Good stuff. So I'm on chapter 5, I believe. Yeah, I'm on page 50. So, good stuff. Okay. We have time for another sprint. See, I do, but only because I have it. I have 2 copies of Entanglement because I pre-ordered it with the art and forgot I pre-ordered it and ordered it in the second it released. There you go. Tis nice. So I got one, and then a few days later, got the one with the pretty art showed up in the mail. There you go. There's the pretty art for that one. There's pretty arts for her holiday romance ones. Love it. You don't know. This author also wrote The Nightmare Before Christmas and Go Luck Yourself, the holiday ones. So I'm still waiting for the Easter one. We'll see. We'll see. Yes. Sprint. We shall do. We'll do a 25. See, now all I need it to catch her in person to sign them all. Oh, that would be so cool. Making a watch list of things that Laura has worked on. Nice. Okay. I will change up the question, but first we shall get the sprint underway. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty. Welcome back. Okay. I did more research. Said hello to the brother and sister-in-law. Rory's back on the bed. Yeah, so I was doing research for My Dark Academia. And the new question was, what's something you've learned not to do from a book you've read? You don't need to out the book, but what's something you've learned? Going back to the TBR question, Reach said, I want to read Snowbound Hearts by Ruby Pyland and Miss Sunrise by Lane O'Neill. I had to go find the listing. Excellent. Heather says, not a book, but an author. Don't double down if a group represented in your book says your writing of them is harmful. Good thing to learn. And Rach says, not going to tattle, but I've learned if I ever write split POV, one per chapter, I should not repeat things with the second POV. My audience should already know from reading the first POV. Indeed. My sister just read a book that did that, and it really slowed the pacing down in the beginning. But it picked up by the end. She almost DNF'd it because it was such a slog to keep rereading the same thing happening from different POVs. Kaufman says, hello! Just finished streaming on my end. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. Wrote a very solid story beat today. I've been making some solid progress. I've been making some decent progress. Decent. Let's see. Sky says, not all romance novels need to be dual POV. Some are better if they're from one POV. Indeed. The holiday romances by Sarah Raish are each one POV. And they work really well. As well as this one. This is also one POV from his POV. So, just depends. One thing I learned from a book that I've read is if your character is indifferent to the big finale and the ending, the reader will be indifferent to the big finale and the ending. So, if your main character is just sitting back and watching it happen, lighting a cigarette, I don't care that people are getting torn to pieces because the main character doesn't care. Yes, they're supposed to be in shock, but there's no emotion there. Whatever. So, don't do that. I feel like the climax should be heightened emotions, not lack of emotions. Yeah. That is the end of the productivity stream. Thank you so much for being here. The link for the playlist should be in the description box. Let me paste again in the chat real quick. This is the playlist. Okay. Playlist. There we go. So up next, I believe, is Stephanie. Yes, Stephanie Whitson. And it is a break stream. So I shall see you all there. After that is Alice Reeves and then Rachel DMs. We are still going strong. We are going with this marathon through to Sunday afternoon. Let's see. Sky says, I've been watching Frieren with the fam, and I think she's an example of a character who is indifferent to the events going on, but because the others around her cares, the impact still matters. Good to know. True. I'll have to give it a watch, see how they do it. Okay. Well, I will see you all later. See you over at Stephanie's. Have a good evening. Oh, Roy's a cutie boy. Anyway, bye!